Right, so it's Margaret again from M.E.s Orchids, and I do hope I'm in focus. Just bear with me a minute, I just want to move this just slightly that way. And this is the, I've got a label somewhere here, let's have a look for you. And this is the Laelia cinnamon, sorry, it's a Cattleya cinnamon Laelia, purpurata, semialba, Dunkel. And the Dunkel is that the lip is going to be a very dark lip. So I don't know how old this plant is, but it's a nice flowering specimen. So I didn't really know what to do with this one, because I can either keep her in this clay pot here, in which I've had to move some of those roots and manoeuvre them round. This is the one, if you remember, it had the roots that were all nibbled. There we go. And I've also got some nice large chunky Melrose cork bark. So let's just lift her out, because what I'm thinking about doing, now I've actually tied her in here so she wouldn't wander about. Let's just take those ties off. Bearing in mind I've got to be careful because she's in spike, in flower, and so we take all those off, and that one off as well, and take this stick out, put that there, and take this one out. Now let's just take her out of the pot. Bearing in mind, oh dear, I've left another one here. I'll have to take this off. Ooh, you see, now I've taken that off and she's just fell forward. Okay, so we know what we're dealing with now. She's a top heavy one, which is the best way to just knock her out. All I've done since she's arrived is just pot her up in that. I've not touched any of these roots. Again, she's got a nice root system. These here were aerial roots. I've just brought them round. She's got a new growing tip there. She's got a new growing tip there. And these roots here were nibbed off. So I didn't really know what to do with this one, because if you look down there, see, some of these roots are no good. In fact, quite a lot of them are no good. So let me just get the scissors. Just bear with me a minute. I'm going to have to position her so she doesn't. There we go. Just bear with me a minute. Now, if you remember, when I was unpotting this, I cut one of these roots, didn't I? So see, these are neither use nor ornament, these aren't. So these are just aborted anyway. This is what Cattleyas do. So if I can just get one or two of these. Let me just take that pot out of the way, and then I'll show you what I'm doing. So if I can get rid of one or two of these dead roots. It's not smelling brilliant, Again, I don't know how long it's been in this medium. Let's just take another look, see if we can see inside her. See, she's got lots of good new roots. It's just that some of these old roots must have been there. When she was repotted, probably into the size pot that it was already in. So if I can get rid of some of these, see, some of these are like paper. Keith's waiting patiently in there. He's watching the cricket, but he's waiting patiently for his tea. So, but there again, you see, I don't want to rush it. You see, now that root, that's no good, but that root's still quite firm. Let's just have a look. Yeah, that's fine. It's got green inside. It's these which are now the use and ornament. So let's just see if it'll be those original roots right in there. See, now that had been a good root, but for some reason that tip had stopped growing. And you can actually smell this. You can smell that this medium isn't brilliant. So, even though Keith's waiting for his tea, he'll just have to wait a bit longer. Let me just have a look. See, I'm going to leave it's the papery ones that I want out. Now, let's give it a little bat and see whether we're left with any more paper. See that one there? Now that's quite a thick root. Let's just see if I can cut back to any green. That wasn't a very good cut, was it? But it has cut back to the green. Bit of a jagged cut on my behalf, but let's just have a look. See if she's got any more of those. It has been at some point potted in sphagnum moss. Now whether that was the original potting, I mean it could have been, but I don't know whether you can see inside there now. That's quite empty. She's got quite a good cavity there, and although there are brownish coloured roots inside, if I look from this angle, they're not bad. Let's see if that one will cut. You see, the trouble is when you try to pull a piece of bark out like that now, I'm actually going to damage that root, and that's like with that other dendrobium. I don't want to damage that root. See, that's one, but it's, you see, it's still quite, and it's not dead, that one isn't. So you see, Right, rather than ramble on, my idea was that I would pot her up into this basket here. And then she's got enough room for these roots to manoeuvre, and let's just tuck it round. And then I've got some large Orchiata bark here. Melrose Court bark. And all that's inside this hanging basket is just the lining for ordinary hanging basket plants. And I've got this type of this lining. I've got this with the other hanging baskets. Yes, the other baskets upstairs with the 2 cattleyas in. So let's just see whether or not I'm going to get away with this. You see, because she's growing in this direction. She's growing from that direction. She's growing from that direction here to here. So let's just bring her a little closer that way. She's got these, I'll show you afterwards, she's got these lovely tuber growing tips here. And I don't want to damage those. Okay. And this nice big chunky bark will just settle down into those crevices there. There we go. And allow, there we go. There's enough room down there to allow those other roots to develop. And the only thing I've got to do now, which I might have to do off camera in a few minutes, is that I've got to anchor her down. Maybe even if I've got to do it with some wire. But stick with me for a moment or two, and let's just, rather than rush, which I don't want to do. Now where's that other growing? Oh, it's there. Okay. Because she's so top heavy, you see, I'm thinking I might have to just stake her, which would be quite awkward actually. Let's just have a look at what size of these stakes. I think maybe that's the smaller of them. If I can just bring this through here. And attach this one, then at least this one will be stable. There we go. Now I've just dropped that one, so I'll have to pick that one up in a minute. Oh, that's fallen down, so that's no good. So let's have a look. I think maybe I attached that one. This way, that's right. Okay. So that one's attached now. Let's just see whether this one will attach also. That's no good that way. See, what happens with these, they follow. There's the first one, second, third, fourth, fifth. Maybe these two will hold together this way. That's good. Now let's have a look what I can do with this one. Now, I'm just looking for one of these little ties here. And let's see. The problem I've got now is I've got 3 to attach. Let's see if I can attach it that way. Okay, and then there's this little one here. There we go. Now, the problem's going to be is when I'm going to lift this now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pick the camera up, and then I'm going to pick the chain up and just see whether I've got it anchored okay. So bear with me now a few seconds. Right, so I want minimal disturbance for you. Right, so there's that cane there now with the 2 buds. Just going to switch the light on. Okay. That's the first growth. Second, third, fourth, which is just held back with this cane here, and these are the 2 there. Now, just bear with me a minute now. Let's have a look, because they can be awkward when you try and lift these canes. And of course what's happening now is I've got it caught up in the blind. Right, let's just bear with me a minute. What I'm wanting to try and do is I'm just going to anchor here just so that I've got a visual. Okay. Now, probably after tea, and I won't do it on camera, I'll change around this way. Perhaps you'll see it better that way. No. Okay. I'll change around that way. Right, so she's enormous. Yeah. She goes all the way up here. And she's got that enormous leaf there. Now I can actually, once she's in situ, I can actually bring some more wires here and manoeuvre the wires round so that well, she is secure now, but she'll be better. It's always best not to rush, but I just wanted to bring you in just to show you that this is how she's going to be potted up. And I don't know, excuse me banging, just banged something. I don't think I can show you those roots at this moment in time. Let me have a look at the down here. Those 2 roots I can't, oh yes, but they're at the back. They're at the back somewhere there. She's got one there, and she's got one slightly around there. So there she is. Laelia, purpurata, semialba, Dunkel. Look at the size of her. Goodness gracious. And if I just take you over here, that's where I've just put the dendrobium pendulum. So that's the repotting video's all done now, and I'm glad you could bear with me. And hopefully this one here now will be alright in that basket now for a long time. I've got to find room in the orchid room for it to hang though now. Anyway, thanks for joining me folks, and bearing with me during this repotting of these new orchids I've had from Curly and Orchidine. Take care. Bye bye now. Thank you all to my new subscribers. I really do appreciate it, and I watch and look and try and respond to all the comments, and thank you for the many thumbs ups that I get. Bye bye now.